Thanks, everybody. As you know, I'm Diane Henry, and I'm so honored and excited to be here right now. I was actually in this building a couple of years ago for a facilitative leadership training when I was working for Kaiser, and at the time I was so stressed out. And you guys kind of heard a little bit of my story last night, but you know, commuting to and from work and living all the way in Makaha, that was hard for me. And so I met my husband while I was working for Kaiser, and we ended up getting engaged last year. And we both got introduced to the business at the same time by my sister Erin. And I'll move on. And at the time, again, we were so stressed out with just the rat race of life that I was like, yeah, it sounds like a great thing, Juice Plus. I'll take a look at it sometime. And then, you know, time got by us, and then October of last year came around, and Jeff and I got married. I married the love of my life. This is my husband, Jeff. And we, you know, we decided that it was the best decision for me to leave that stressful job for my health and for just other reasons. And so in December, I left that job, and in March, I started my franchise with the Juice Plus company. And quickly, I was able to fast track to the VF level and get a free ticket to the conference in Phoenix. And so while we were at that conference in Phoenix, we learned so much. And one of the things that we learned was how to utilize social media to grow your business. And so what I'm going to kind of go through today is what I learned during that training and what I've tried to use in my own business. And I'm pretty close to fast tracking to the sales coordinator level, so I'm hoping to do that in the next couple of weeks. But you know, this is kind of just a different way of doing business, and it's kind of where the world is going online a little bit. So I'll do my best to just share my story about how I've used it. One of the things that I did, and I'd highly recommend if you haven't done it already, is listen to Laura Pilkington's 40-minute training on mastering social media to grow your business. It's a YouTube training, and Laura Pilkington is from the UK. She's the youngest person to become a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. She did it at the age of 19, and she did it primarily through social media. And now she's 20, and I think she's a 39+ club member with the company. And here she's holding her national marketing director plaque, and this is just a picture of one of the parties she did from her Facebook page. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to talk about Facebook. Facebook is one of my favorite social media forums, and I like it because you can do so much with Facebook. It's, you know, not just one-dimensional, but you can send group messages. So for your team, you can send a group message if you want them to all see a video. You can connect with the corporate team. I highly recommend doing this with the Juice Plus and Tower Garden teams on Facebook, because they put out the latest information on social media, and it's kind of nice. You can just share that link directly, and it's from them, so you know it's the best information that's out there. You can post on other people's walls. You can add friends. You know, one of the things Angelina was talking about is, you know, it's hard sometimes to get people's contact information. I found on Facebook it's really easy to find people on Facebook if you know their name, or if you're friends of a friend. It's somewhat easier to do that. You can write status updates or comments on people's pages. People like that when you do that. It makes them feel good. Create pages as a diary. One of the things that my husband and I did was we started a health and wellness page called Surprise Excitement Party. We just came up with that name because we thought it was fun and exciting and intriguing. And when we do our wellness parties, we'll hashtag Surprise Excitement Parties, which I'll talk about later. But it's a good way to kind of keep people engaged and post. You can post recipes, or you can post things about what you're doing in your life, healthy living, and things like that. And it's just a way to kind of track it. You can message people directly. You can host virtual parties, online parties. This is something that I'm really new to doing, and I did it for the first time in July. I did a 2-week-long party, and it was really successful. I did it because one of my cousins, who was a complete transformation customer of mine, wanted to get into the business, and she's legally deaf, and so she wanted to do an online party. So I just kind of figured it out as I went. And we had 50 people attend that party. I ended up inviting everybody that I knew on my Facebook. And then she invited all of her friends, and then my upline, my sister, she invited her people. We ended up having, I think, it was around 800 people in attendance at that party. But, I mean, not attended, 800 invited, but 50 attended, which is more than I've ever had in my house at any of my parties, or any of the parties I've tried to have. And you can check in places, you can share stories, experiences, other people's posts. Give them credit if they post something inspiring. Go ahead and just share it directly from their page. You can tag friends in posts or in photos. And then you can create groups for your team or your customers so that you can show them appreciation and share their successes. Another one, now we talked about Instagram a little bit last night. What Instagram is primarily it's about pictures. So it's different from Facebook in that you really post pictures worth 1,000 words in a lot of ways, and you can add a description to make it really interesting. And this is just something that I posted, and it's a blend. I downloaded this free blender app, and this is my friend Tori, and I have these organic frozen strawberries that we used from Costco, and then the picture of Olaf, the snowman from Frozen, and the Juice Plus Complete, and then a picture of the smoothie that I made, and it says, new friends, new recipes, and a girls' night in movie night when my hubby's away. Frozen, frozen strawberries, frozen bananas, frozen everything. And then I hashtag healthy life, vanilla complete, yum, JP. And that attracted a lot of interest. People were wondering what it was, but it was just a fun post that we just came up with. And let's see. Okay, and so the other thing, let me go back. Instagram, the other thing that's cool about Instagram is you can share directly to other social media forums. So if you post a picture to Instagram, you can post it at the same time instantaneously to Facebook, to Twitter, and to other social media forums if you wish. And so it's kind of like a 3-in-1 package type of deal. Twitter is another social media forum I'm newer to. Some people call it a stream of consciousness because it's basically what's on your mind. People will just go on Twitter and post whatever they're thinking, whether it makes sense or not. But it's more acceptable on Twitter. It's more of an ironic website where people can post more often, and it's different from Facebook in that there's less characters. So you can't just write a story. There's only 140 characters, so you want shorter, catchier phrasing. But you can really post about anything. This was a post I posted of it's like a thinner woman on the left, and she's eating fruits and vegetables, and then there's a heavier person on the right, and there's cake and fried foods and unhealthier foods. And it says, choose wisely. Every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding disease or fighting it. And it has hashtags. Can't really read it. But own your health, I think. And what it does is it attracted, it was like 52 people viewed that. And I don't have a huge following on Twitter, but I was proud of that. Okay, I love Pinterest. I don't know if you've ever heard of Pinterest, but if you have, you might become obsessed with it because I'm a little bit obsessed. We used it when we were remodeling our home and when I was planning the wedding, and you can do it. You can get great ideas in there for pictures, recipes. This is a picture of their protein balls that I make with the vanilla complete, and I bring those to my parties, and people love those. I make them all the time, but I got that off of Pinterest, and a lot of the pictures that I use that you'll see came from Pinterest. And the other nice thing is you create boards. So say you're into fitness, you can create a board just on fitness. The other thing you can do is, if you're into fashion, you can create a board on fashion or whatever, and people can follow you. It's the idea factory, as my husband would call it. And sometimes he can't get me off of Pinterest. Okay, so I came up with 10 social media tips just to kind of guide you if you're new to the social media arena. And these are the things that I try to keep in mind and that I've learned from other people that are much better at this than me. Number 1, be yourself. So show people who you are. I heard Meredith say it earlier, be authentic. That's so important to be yourself. If you come off like you're selling a product, people are going to know that right away. You don't want to be, you you don't necessarily want to put the product out there. You'll see in most of my posts I don't have Juice Plus on there unless it's like a link or something that I got from the website and I shared, and it's usually science and nature. But you want to show people who you are. The reason you're on those social medias anyways, is to connect with people, network, stay in touch with your friends and family. So as part of using it for your business, it's really no different. You're just, now those people are prospects. And they may be curious as to what you're doing. What are you doing differently? Now you have all this free time. This was a picture of my mom and I. We just went to the Dixie Grill for lunch one day on her flight out. But we got over 70 likes. People like to be liked, also. Okay, this is some pictures of my husband and I just living our lives. That's all we're doing. We went to this dinner party. It's this phenomenal dinner party at the amazing Makaha Estates. #love spectacular moonrise. It was that night that the moon was as close as it could ever be. We went there to his house because he's big into the moon and the stars. And we got a lot of likes on that as well. And then this was just us going to the beach one day. It says, chilling after a nice paddle session, living the dream in paradise, own your life. It doesn't say anything about Juice Plus, but it's just us being ourselves. So number 2, share your stories. So similar to how you're already sharing your stories with your friends and family and your warm market, cold market, you want to share those experiences, just what you're doing. And this is a picture of my husband going surfing. It was like a Tuesday morning, sunrise. We went out, and I took a picture of him, and people were like, "Wow, you're surfing at sunrise. And, like, do you have a job or something?" But it just creates curiosity. People want to know, and you can do this sort of thing without bragging. You do it in a tactful way. Most of my family lives in Nebraska, so they like me to share pictures because we don't have to get to see each other very often. So you can also just explain how our business has positively impacted your life. So again, you're not directly saying that, but you seem happy. You seem like you have a lot of free time. Take a lot of vacation. Share that, and always just share it in a normal way, like you always would. People will know if you're trying to be, salesy, and don't sell it. Okay, this was just another thing I shared. Okay, it's my morning routine. I wake up and I make a smoothie. So it's got spinach and frozen strawberries and mango, and then some coconut water, and then I put some vanilla complete in there, and it says breakfast, lunch, done. I do it at the same time. So easy. Do you have consistent energy throughout your day? Consider this. And then I said that same quote again. Every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding disease or fighting it. I reuse things sometimes. Which choice will you make today? And then I just put #choose health, whole food nutrition, protein, gluten-free, and it has all these low glycemic, fiber, vegan. And I'll talk about those a little bit later, but there is a value in using a hashtag when you post something, because I really like this one because of that prescription bottle. Because I'm a pharmacist, so you have the vegetables coming out of the prescription medicine or bottle that say real medicine. And to me, that tells a story. And I posted this on our Surprise Excitement Party page, and it was really well received. I think we got 3 shares, so 3 different people shared that. And it's just people want to know, what are you doing? Why are you making? That looks delicious. Where did you get those frozen strawberries? Things like that. So it's creating some curiosity. And then showing excitement. This is so important. You can see there's definitely excitement coming from the speakers today. And I just love that. Events definitely motivate you to do more and to be more than you can be. Celebrate the positives. This is a picture that Angelina and husband John didn't know they were going to be in this, but they're in it. And so we did a party at Tacos and More, and they graced us with their presence and also brought their tower garden. And so there's a picture of them with their tower garden, and you can see this martini shaker with the mustache, and there's some people there having fun at the party, and then the display of our Juice Plus just sitting at the table. I mean, we just went out, we just had fun with people, and it was just something that anybody can do. But I just showed that through social media by posting that on our page. And then I had people, like some of my neighbors were like, why didn't I get invited? And you know, we want to go to the next one. And it just shows that we have, you know, show your excitement through, you know, whatever it is that you have freedom of time. Before and after pictures are another great way to show excitement, because you can basically show how our product is making people feel better and look better at the same time. Okay, so showing excitement. This is another one. I like to do fitness stuff, and so I posted this recently. A 1-hour workout is 4% of your day, no excuses. And I got a ton of responses. And you know, I try to keep it positive on my page, but sometimes I'll get like a negative something or other. And what I do is I just don't participate in it. So I'll just continue to like and congratulate the good, and then just kind of let the other ones go by the wayside. But I really liked some of these pictures because they have a saying with them, like, what will you do that you'll be proud of in a year? And then I just like that for the ballerina's legs, and I was like, that's a goal for me to work on. So, and I got those pictures from Pinterest. But okay, number 4 is be positive, upbeat, and friendly. You want to be relatable. People relate to you easier if you're positive, obviously, than if you're negative. And you know, for me, if I'm following somebody, I'm going to want to buy from somebody that's positive, that always has healthy things to say, or you know, is always out doing active things. I'm not going to want to buy from somebody that's posting things about how tired they are, how hungover they are, how they don't feel good. I mean, I'm sorry, to me that's pretty obvious, but some people, you know, they don't think about that sometimes. And so be mindful and deliberate when you make a post. Show off the support of the Juice Plus family. I mean, no other company, I don't think, supports one another the way the Juice Plus company does. And you know, just an example of how, Angelina, I think I knew you for like a week, and then you guys came out and like participated in that. That was so sweet. And you know, just things like that happen all of the time with this company. And you'll attract people with your positive attitude. One of the, this is a post of my cousin, and she was doing the complete transformation, and I wrote transformer in training. Let's see if I can read some of what it says. Own your health, work it, weight loss, and then I wrote, this is why I love my job. And all these positive things happening, and I wrote things like, what do I have up there? Oh, less medication. And basically this is a text message of a conversation we were having, and she was telling me that she's like, I don't eat at Arby's anymore. I don't eat at McDonald's anymore. Ever since I started Juice Plus, I don't want that anymore. And I've lost weight, my back brace is too big for me. And I was just so excited about that I wanted to share it with people. So the other thing is, I post videos and pictures, but this is a video that I posted, and it was Jim Carrey. I don't know if we can click on it and watch it, but I'll just describe to you real quickly. What it was Jim Carrey gave a 1-minute commencement speech. And I thought it was so awesome, I wanted to share it one morning on my Facebook page, and so I did. We'll see if it shows. Did you click on it? Yeah. But anyways, it's okay if it doesn't show, because they sometimes have an ad and it's a few seconds. But basically what it was is he was talking about how his dad was an accountant, and he didn't want to be an accountant, but he did that because it was the safe job. And it was something that he ended up down the road getting fired from. And the whole point of the message was that, you know, you can be fired from something you don't love, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love, following your dream. And I ended up getting a response from one of my good friends, and she said, thank you for posting, Diane. What a wonderful day to start out your day. Or a wonderful way to start out your day. And I was just, that made me feel good, because, you know, that was just a post that I saw, and I decided to share it. Oh, so here's a couple more quotes that I love. Take care of your body, it's the only place you have to live, by Jim Rohn. And then the other one is, the difference between a dream and a vision is the audacity to act, by Stephen Furtick. And you know, these are just things I pull off of these social media forums. Okay, number 5, keep it clean and professional. Okay, this one's really important, and you want to be an example for your business. Respect the guidelines that the Juice Plus company has put forward for us. They're there for a reason. We want to protect the brand and protect the product and protect ourselves in the meantime. So you don't want to put yourself out there by making any medical claims or any monetary or other claims. Just let the science speak for itself. Let the third-party resources. We have so many amazing videos that we can use. Just use those videos. And of course, everyone probably knows this, but don't do online sales, Amazon, eBay. This business, as we all know, is about building relationships and maintaining those relationships and taking care of our customers. So number 6 is post often. The way social media will work for you is if you're active on it. So if you're not on there, then people may not, they don't know about you, or they may not ask you a question. So when you're on there, be meaningful, be intentional and deliberate about what you're posting. It's important to post quality, something of high quality over quantity. Everybody knows that person that just posts about everything that they're doing in their day. And it's, a lot of times you're just like, okay, I'm going to block that person because I'm tired of hearing about it or watching it. But so again, you don't want to overpost, but if you're not on there and you're not posting, then no one's going to know, what's going on in your life. And you want to build a campaign. So an example for building a campaign would be like the Tower Garden. So we just recently got a Tower Garden this summer. Here it is. And this is after, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks of having the Tower Garden. And I posted it on Twitter. And I said, nothing cooler than eating lettuce directly from our Tower Garden, or something like that. Hashtag Tower Garden, and healthy living, sustainable living. And, we got to take another picture now because it's about 3 times that size. But, we have the whole tomato plant growing off. And, this got 96 views, 2 favorites, 1 link visit, and 2 retweets on Twitter. And, I put first harvest, happy gardening, healthy eating, bug-free lettuce, tower to table, own your health. And so, it's just a nice way. People are like, I want one, and how do I get those? But, this is just a picture of what we do, and a picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay, hashtagging. So you've seen on a lot of my posts I have a hashtag. So what that does is it opens it up to the world of people that may or may not know about Juice Plus and the Tower Garden. But it's important because, sometimes, on some of my posts I'll post about vegan, and that will go to a space where everybody's posting about vegan. And so I encourage you to use hashtags. You can use common ones, or you can make up your own, because sometimes the creative ones are what get more attention or more laughs. And so use those as much as possible, because it can connect you with people all over the world, not just your group of friends that are also having the same experience as you. Okay, so here's a couple examples of lifestyle. And this is a picture of my wedding ring. I put a perk of losing a diamond out of my old ring. Upgrade. So I think I lost it doing dishes or something in it. And I put, love my husband, living the dream, forever together, blessed. And got tons of likes and tons of comments. And, that was the use of just hashtags where, a lot of people are probably talking about totally unrelated things, but they're like, oh, I wonder what this is about. And then the other post over here is of our new home, which, by the grace of God, we closed this week on our new home. So I wrote this a couple weeks ago. I said, 2 weeks before we close on our new home, may the winds of Hurricane Azelle have mercy on us. And I put hashtag prayers, hashtag God is good. And got like over 90 likes and 17 comments on that. And we had like a little bit of a following after that, because then we recently moved in and we got a lot more likes and things. But you can see that it's professionally done and not really boasting. I mean, you've seen posts where people are boasting, but there's a way you can do it so that it's not really, bragging. So, number 8, make it fun, colorful, and eye-catching. So this is another thing. When people are going through their news feed on their Facebook page, they're going to stop if they see something colorful or exciting and wonder what that is. And this one, I just took a picture of my feet watching the sunset, and it says, do what you love. I just wrote in those words. And I put, do you have the life of your dream? Or do you have the life that you love? And I put hashtag, I do, a bunch of other stuff that I can't read. But basically, it was just, I love my job, you know, those types of things. And you know, this is just a picture of the sunset that we watch. You know, we try to watch every night, but you can do this with anything. You know, you can take pictures of palm trees or people playing volleyball on the beach. You know, whatever's exciting to you, your friends and family might also think is fun and exciting. Here's just a couple more things that were, you know, that caught my eye that I thought were colorful. Another sunset on the lake. This was, someone else posted this, and it says, enjoyed a nice 10-mile bike ride with my love and watched the sunset. And they wrote thankful, and I thought that was really clever. Neat how they did that. And then this is a picture of me driving, drinking my green smoothie. And it says, day 1 of Transform 30. Healthy living, bikini season, love my job, spa bound, living the dream. And I got a bunch of likes, and yeah, just a colorful, fun photo. Oh, and then this is a fun one. We did a party at our house, and we went out to watch the sunset during the party, and I wrote, a beautiful sunset with dear friends. Grateful, blessed, working, I love my job, join the movement, own your life. And you know, this is one of my little neighbor friends, and she's just so cute. And then all these people just watching the sunset. All right, number 9, follow people. This is one of the best ways to get ideas. You know, I was new to this business and I didn't really know what I was doing, but what I found is by following, you know, the #1 moneymaker in our business, Jeff Roberti, and following people like Katie Raby, you can get a lot of inspiration. These people have great ideas. So I highly recommend following those people. And then this was just a post one of my friends, Denitza, shared, God bless you, that I thought was so cool. And it said, it had a picture of a green juice and a picture of the capsules in the hand. And it says, 10 fruits and veggies, 25 grams of sugar, 110 calories, $10 a day, $300 a month. And then the Juice Plus in comparison is 26 fruits and veggies, 0 grams of sugar, 15 calories, $2.30 per day, $75 a month. And I just thought that was so cool, because you know, people drink those green juice, and they're great, but they're really expensive. And you know, this was just a great way to, you know, I just shared that, and I said, well said, totally worth it, you know. So then, my last tip is make it interesting, and this is where I think my husband's a lot better at this than me, but clever posts are, you know, you want to try to do as many things as cleverly as possible. And, you know, pick a topic, create curiosity around that topic. You know, whatever it is you're good at. Maybe it's golfing, or, you know, maybe it's photography or something else. This was just a picture. This is a selfie we took at the beach at Makaha. And you can see Makaha Beach in the reflection of my husband's sunglasses. And we got a lot of comments on that. And so Jeff took this as a spin-off and started his own, like, Sunshade Chronicles, where all of the pictures he took were just reflections from the sunglasses. And it all started with this picture, and he started kind of a trend. So here's some chronicles. This is a picture of the sunset through the sunglasses we took, or he took, and then and he does these, like, you know, sometimes selfie. He was wearing his sunglasses and taking that. And then this one says, what a great weekend, can't believe this is what we call work, or this is considered work. And then this was, he went to this training for the Coast Guard, and he put spinach artichoke dip has broken my mouth. I am now no longer capable of eating other things. And it says hashtag, he was watching the World Cup, Sunshade Chronicles. So tons of people were into the World Cup this year. And you know, that connected with people all over. And then this is him surfing, and his surfboard has a little stencil that he put on there of his sunglasses. So very creative way of just kind of taking a theme and rolling with it, but you can do that with anything. Okay, social media checklists. This is something that I learned about on that training that I did. You can use checklists, and you can just Google social media checklists if you want to get kind of an idea. of what you could do like in a day as a daily method of operation on social media. This one for Facebook, it says find and like 5 pages. Comment on 2 pages a day, and then 2 posts a day related to your brand. Again, by brand, just who you are, not just plus. Always include a call to action, comment, like, share, add hashtags so your posts appear on trending posts or topics. And don't forget to tag people. And they have these for everything. I primarily talked about these 4 today because these are the ones that I know and that I use. But there's so many other ones. There's Google+. There's so many other social media forums that are out there that people use. And so I would encourage you, especially if you're just getting started, to just find one of these checklists and just kind of go through it. And then, or you can make up your own checklist. Like mine might be, I'm going to message 5 people today, every day, or something like that. So in summary, you want to have a social media checklist, even if it's not one of those, make up your own. Intrigue people. It's important for people to be curious about what you're doing, and they will come to you. It's amazing how, just that online party, that we had piqued enough interest by the time we did that. I think that we had a lot more involvement than we normally would have. Do a range of stories. You don't necessarily just want to attract people like you that do what you do, but all demographics, all ages. So don't just post about healthy living or your lifestyle. Post about everything. Cleaning, whatever gizmos or gadgets you can see, and just feel free to share other people's posts if you see a good idea. Vacations, new cars, new houses, attractive. Again, keep it tactful. You don't want to be boastful, but it's okay to show people, what you're out doing. Maybe you were negotiating the price on a new car and you're proud of it or something. Spending time with your family, your friends, eating out, and just having fun. I think that's the most important one. To me, it's just fun. I love just playing with pictures and coming up with ideas. And I recommend this as well. It's not up here, but to run the post by somebody. I'll run it by my husband or by a friend or something and see what they think, just to see if, does that sound good, bad, whatever. And I tend to overthink them because I try to be deliberate when I post. And sometimes my husband will just hit send and just post it because he's tired of me messing around with it. But because I'm kind of slow. But I think if you're not having fun, you're probably not doing it right. So just make sure it's still fun for you. And if this doesn't work for you, try something else. So this is my contact information. I have my Facebook page and our Surprise Excitement Party page. Feel free to like it, add me as a friend. I like more friends. Sugar Petunia, that was my husband's name that he called me. For Instagram, Diane Henry on Pinterest, and then at Diane Ondercheck for Twitter. So that's all I have. Thank you for your time.